Hello, welcome to Billy Ho Sports. I just could not resist. Two biggies at Churchill Downs, the Ack Ack Stakes, which I'm not going to spend a lot of time on. I posted on X about that, and we'll get to that in a minute. The Lucas Classic is a race that I do like. Actually looks a lot more competitive. So just subscribe to the channel. First of all, smash that like button. Leave me a comment on the races and see if you have any hot takes or best bets or anything. And it could be any track, but this is specific to Churchill Downs. And I will be covering the whole card. I think what I'll start doing is posting more pics like on X, so you can follow me at Billy Ho Sports. I don't make it hard to find me. So help spread the love across YouTube and let's get this thing going. Really appreciate all your support. So here we go again. Weeks of bone dry and another hurricane revenant coming through. This one's a little more effective than the previous hurricane. We didn't get much rain at all last time, but we're going to get a few inches this time around. It's been raining all day in the Lou today, and the track is sloppy sealed as of Friday at Churchill Downs. So we are going to look at race number 8, past performances. Let's do it. Okay, this is the Ack Ack, and it is 1 mile out of the chute, Churchill Downs, long straightaway before we hit that first turn. And obviously, the first thing that stands out is one Saudi Crown. I kind of posted a funny joke. I did a little manipulation on the video, but I basically replayed last year's Pennsylvania Derby in the slop where Saudi Crown went wire to wire, and then just superimposed Churchill Downs figures over the top of it. And that's just kind of how I see this race going. That's why I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. It's just too much of a feather in the cap of Saudi Crown. And if it's a sloppy sealed track, that probably benefits his front running style even more. I do kind of like Tumba Rumba. I thought the second place to Cagliostro, I'll just call it Cagliostro for now. I think I got that right. Brian Lynch, Luis Saez, Tumba ran second on that day at a mile at Churchill Downs. Was a pretty strong effort, closed to within a length, but kept at bay. So maybe turn the tables after a little bit of seasoning from the 4-year-old gelding. Stage Raider was in this race last year. Part of my joke was Stage Raider and Three Technique were both in this race and got beat by Zozos. Zozos, in my opinion, is not the horse Saudi Crown is. I don't think either one of these guys are going to have much of a chance. Mufasta is the wild card. Mufasta is, if you watched any of my Aqueduct races, the Vosberg is a 7-furlong sprint Breeders' Cup Challenge race, and Mufasta is cross-entered in that one. So it's either a mile or a 7-furlong race. We don't know what this horse is going to do just yet because it's run and been successful at both distances. So we'll just have to wait and see on that one. The winner of this race will get, obviously, a ticket into the Breeders' Cup Mile. And then I think the Vosberg is the Breeders' Cup Sprint. So just slot in Saudi Crown. Basically just slot in Saudi Crown, call it a day. Cagliostro, Tumbarumba underneath, maybe use Mufasa if he stays in the race. But those are, I would wheel those in some sort of trifecta with Key and Saudi Crown on top, and then maybe click the all button third down just in case any of these other horses get up in there. So that is the Ack Ack. And now we're going to look at the race I really like, and that's the Lucas Classic. Let's go. His name is Lucas. Okay. 1 1/8, grade 2, Lucas Classic. You can see a lot more competitive, disarm, rattle, and roll, and the such. Stiletto Boy, this is some horses in this race that are kind of like the ones, if you followed racing in the last 2 or 3 years, like I have very closely since I've been doing content. These are some horses that have caught my eye or maybe your eye and have kind of disappointed or maybe didn't live up to the things and respect that they should have. Stiletto Boy, I kind of one of them. I mean, the grade one win last year at Santa Anita, and then a couple of good races, but really hasn't done much since then. Uh, Rattle and Roll is another one. Rattle and Roll hasn't run since this race last year. 5-2 morning line, second choice in prime power. I get it. It's 101s, a whole bunch of really strong races for Rattle and Roll, but I don't know what this horse is going to be like coming in off of a year off of from competitive racing and possibly an off track 12% mud, 370 mud starts. So I'm gonna leave this one out most likely and wait and see. Happy American is one of those that probably disappointed a lot of people. You can see the seventh, the ninth, in third place is about the best he's done over his entire career. And they can't seem to find a spot to put him in, whether it's a route or a mile. So I don't know where he would land, but he's not landing on my ticket. Now, Cook Creek moving up in class. I like Mike Maker. He took over back in the 5th of, was that 27th of May, back-to-back wins, coming off a win, but winning mile and a 16th, mile and an eighth, won in the slop comfortably. Last out at Saratoga. I kind of like horses shipping in from Saratoga to Churchill. So this one is going to get a lot of love from me, even though it is outclassed. So I think it can make the step up. But this is probably going to be my pick to win. Disarm, Tyler Gaffleone, Steve Asmussen. The last win was May 18th at Churchill in this optional claimer. And that was the first race. And it wasn't a super impressive race. You can see it was only 83, did what he had to do to win. And then I think it's just been kind of trying to get his sea legs about him and just hasn't really been able to get it done in grade one competition. This is not grade one competition. He's not racing against Kings Barnes, Pyrenees, Skippy Longstocking, Post Time, Arthur's Ride, Highland Falls, Crouppy. He's not racing against those horses. He's racing against Hit Show. And Hit Show is probably going to factor. West Virginia Governor win by half length, but over who, I don't even know. A lot of times I can look at these and see the name of the horse, but I can't see it. I mean, Velociter, Unload, which one is next? Red Route won, beat him, in the Cornhusker. So it's just, maybe, but Florence Giroux, I'm not a super big fan of Giroux's riding style. He is a consistent rider. So I would say a good chance for this horse to be on the board and fill out the trifecta, either exacta or second or third. So Bolsey, I don't see anything from Von Himmel. Warrior Johnny's interesting. Warrior Johnny is the next one up for me. This Monster 111, I don't know where this came from, but the sucker rolled out at mile and an eighth at Saratoga, but then hasn't really done much since. The Charlestown Classic was blown out by Skippy. But like I said, we're not running against Skippy or Arthur's Ride or Crouppy or Post Time. So Warrior Johnny, I'll put in there as well. And so that is going to be a good spot for Cook Creek to maybe manage. So that's going to do it. I like Disarm to win that one. And I think Cook Creek could surprise, get in there for a piece. And it's really not that big of a surprise. I think he's probably one of the top 4 choices anyway. Good horse coming from Saratoga. But that is going to do it. That's 2 races that we're covering at Churchill Downs in a now rain-soaked River City. So follow me on X for more picks and plays at Billy Ho Sports. I'll be capping more than just those 2. So best of luck this weekend. And until next time, see you soon. Hello, Billy Ho here. As the sole creator for this channel, I need you, the viewer, to help me grow. Just by subscribing to the channel and clicking that like button alone, you can help spread Billy Ho Sports to the racing community on YouTube. But there are other ways you can help. You can instantly share my content on social media directly to your chosen platform. Remember, your continued support means so much to me, so thank you for sharing in this journey. and have a great day.